Hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? That's what you're wondering. Well, we've just come from the Armu viewing point, and guess what? It looks like a spectacality of a day, but it's blowing a gale. So change your plan. You're going to come for a drive with myself and of course the most beautiful woman in the world, and of course her name is Miss Ochin Grasivia Labuf.
Hello everybody, how nice to see you, to hear you, because they cannot see me again and again, you know. I think I haven't been on these driving videos with Mr. Paul for a long time, but let's say it's the talking video, it's a driving video, and shitting and chatting video.
What did you just say? Shitting or sitting?
Shitting.
Sitting and chatting.
So
basically it's a sit down video in the old Merc as we drive down towards Paphos. So big shout out to some of the crew, some of the people that like to come back now and again and watch the little channel known as Marika Me. Of course, the girl in charge of the show, that's the one and only Day Man. I think it's about, well, 45 days or so. She's come into town, and of course she's promised to do the dance of the Chuchka in the downtown Cape of Paphos Harbour, especially for you. There's other guys coming to the show as well. Miss Anne, she's coming. Janice, she's coming. The list goes on and on and on. It appears that there can be an awful lot of people in downtown Paphos that we know and that seem to like us a little bit in September. So we're looking forward to that, that's for sure. But every day we meet new people. Who did we meet the other day?
The other days we met, I would like to say, Jenny and Ben. I would like to mention them, a lovely couple. We had a lovely luxury evening together with drinks, with interesting stories. We loved each other's company, and Miss Jenny, you're amazing. And of course, Big Ben. Is it something like Big Ben or?
Well, Big Ben is a clock in London, but he
See?
was quite a big Ben, wasn't he?
See, I know, Big Ben.
Was indeed.
It's a huge Ben.
Yes.
With a man with a huge heart. Obviously loves this lovely Jenny.
She does indeed,
and
he loves her, and she loves him.
Yes.
All the way from downtown Costadale, Manchester, as Jenny likes to say. And to be honest, I thought the house that she was showing us was a beautiful house, and of course they've completely renovated it, and she does like a little bit of grey. But of course, as we know, grey windows and grey doors are very much in fashion indeed. And while she was away, her dad went and did her bathroom for her as well. So big shout out to her dad. Jenny's dad, you're a superstar beyond superstars. And Jenny, hopefully one day you'll come back to Paphos. If not, well, you never know. Our plans may come to fruition, and hopefully you will come and see us in Phethia. Yes, that's the plans, guys. In a year or 2 years possibly. The date's not been set yet, but we are going to pop over to Phethia, which is in Turkey, and we're going to probably relocate there for the rest of our lives. So that'll be the upcoming version of Marika and Me very soon. Receiving?
Then I would like to mention a lovely Miss Jane with Mr.
Jane with a Y and an E, isn't it?
Yes.
Not just an ordinary Jane. Oh no.
Yes, she's with wine.
With wine. I think she's on the beer. But anyway, she probably likes a glass of wine as well.
Of course she does.
A big shout out to Tony, her partner in crime. And of course, he is the sweetness in her life. Tony Sweetener, that's the surname, by the way, absolute legend in downtown Paphos. We were actually sitting with Jenny and Ben, and I got up to go and get a light for my cigar, and as I stood up, this gentleman sitting on the next table said, "Can I shake your hand?" And I said, "Well, go on then." I said, "What's your name?" And he said, "Tony Sweetener." Well, I thought he said sweetness, so from now on, he's known as Mr. Sweetness, and he is a sweet guy indeed. We gave him the great honour last night of sitting with us, and last night we dropped him off in Bar Street, and hopefully, Mr. Ellis, you got them home. Hopefully you got them home safe and not too drunk, and hopefully Jane didn't light that cigarette. Let's hope so.
I was going to mention the cigarette now. I hope she just kick away her husband Sweet Tony.
Sweet Tony, that's a great
And
name
then
for it.
she just decided to sleep with her the only missed cigarette, because she was putting that cigarette in the mouth, in and out, and it seems to me that she enjoyed it that much that she thought she's smoking the goldest, the most luxury cigarette in the world.
She was indeed, and luckily the circumference wasn't that big, so she could get her tongue around it.
She was a lovely woman, and she is, and she was enjoying her evening with a cigarette in and out, wasn't she?
She
I
was
think
non-stop,
so.
non-stop. And hopefully it never got lit, Jane, and hopefully we'll see that cigarette once again, perhaps in Paphos, perhaps in Farfettia. Big shout out to some of the other stars who like to watch the show now and again. Message today from John of the Barnhawk fame, that's Baron John, and of course he's got a girl in his life and she's known as Baroness Louise, who doesn't half like that little bit of cheese. They're coming to Paphos very, very soon, and he's whinging and complaining about the temperatures in downtown Lancaster. Apparently it's only 14 degrees. Ooh, that's cold, isn't it, receiving?
Oh no, it's very nice.
Oh, you think that's nice?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll ship you off to downtown Lancaster.
Yes.
And they'll soon be shivering, that's for sure. Shivers.
Shivering. I thought because of the Shiva eyes, I will
Shiva
be
Eye,
shivering.
there we are, yes.
Okay.
Shiva Eye and Mr. Chris in the downtown Kent of Paphos Promenade and Harbury. If you're wondering where we're going, well, slowly but surely we're going to work our way towards Coral Bay. So don't forget to come back later, and you never know, we might be prancing our stuff down the Coral Bay Strip. Special requests for a couple of superstars who do like to watch the show now and again. Lady Ali and of course Sir Neil, and of course there's another knight of the round table in that family, and that's Sir Brian. He's the most recent man that's been given the honour of becoming a Sir on the little channel. Look at that, there's water coming off the fountain. Have you seen that? All over the windscreen. My lovely clean car has now been baptised, shall we say. We'll have to rename her as the Beautiful Black Beauty. There we are.
Let me also mention my dearest Rachel with the good man, Mr. Jason.
The man with a smile on his face.
How can I forget about them, and how can I not mention them? They are the loveliest people. Actually, Mr. Paul, I have to admit, in our lovely family members, I didn't meet one man or one woman to say, okay, 50-50, they are all lovely, they are all full of positiveness.
Positiveness, yes.
Oh, lovely.
Wow.
And thanks muchly, Mr. Jeremy or
Muchly.
Mr. Simon.
What's got to do with him? His
Because
grammar's terrible.
They don't, Mr. Paul, don't scare the boys.
All they want to do is eat the
We
chicken
said
souvlaki.
so.
That's all
Well,
they
we
wanna
all
do.
like something to eat,
Wow, this is
especially
true.
if we are very hungry. And then I would like to say, Tony, Gosha, where are you?
Where are you?
Where are you?
Well, they're going to Iron Apple very, very soon.
Are they going?
Yes, they are.
Well, as long as they are okay. We
Yes.
just would like to know that you're safe, you're okay. We hope that you're spending a nice time if you're up there somewhere. But if you're writing down a couple of words, we would be only grateful.
It would indeed, because there's some superstars that we met last year, and of course there's lots and lots of people that we've met. We can't name everybody all of the time, so we try to pick and choose names of people that come into our minds as they come. Nothing is scripted, totally live, as you've come to understand. All little mistakes of the words, and you know, now and again you can confuse the word with shitting and sitting. I understand that, and of course I can't get my tongue around most of the English language either. We're in Uptown Paphos, and we're going to take a wiggle around the back of the little supermarket on the right hand side here and start our descent towards Clorica. So if you're wondering where we're going, and if you're wondering where we are, that's where we are. And the traffic is, well, to be honest, by Paphos standards, this is gridlock. This really, really is traffic from hell. So feel sorry for us, please, Dizzy Blonde, if you're stuck on the M56 in downtown Manchester, because we know exactly how you feel. We are in gridlock traffic, and it's very, very frustrating. And if this car in front doesn't move very quickly, I'll jump out with a mallet, and the boys in the boot, they're going to jump out and we're going to mallet the living daylights out of it because we're getting frustrated. See?
Let me say a big shout out to Mr. Paul. You want to be surprised now.
Go on, shock.
And you know that I'll shock you
Yes,
now.
I'm shocked already. Oh, you forgot.
Miss Jenny's two lovely kids, Mr. Oliver and little Nancy.
Oh,
have I shocked
goodness.
you?
Oh my goodness.
Woohoo.
These are the children of Jenny and Ben.
I know she mentioned twice or three times maybe in the conversation, and she was talking about that kids with so a sense of love, because a mother is mother, of course. And since we said to these people goodbye, me and Mr. Paul never mentioned these names, and I didn't even ask because the names, because he's got a great phenomenal memory on the names, and I thought to myself, I'll remember these kids, lovely kids' names. Big shout out to you.
I think they're about
guys.
12 and about 6, isn't it? Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around
Somewhere
there.
around
Lovely boy and lovely girl.
Yes.
They show us the picture, and they were wonderful. Two little, I would call them vitamins.
Vitamin D. E.
Positives. Only when they are sleeping, by the way. They are so sweet and quiet.
So big shout out to you, Oliver, and a big shout out to you, Miss Nancy. If you're sitting there with your mum and your dad having a McDonald's and perhaps reminiscing over what's been going on in the world, and finding out from your mum what Paphos is like, because your mum's oh my goodness, because your mum's a clever girl. She left you with her mum while she came to party in Paphos with your dad, Mr. Ben. Look at this, absolute gridlock. We're going to be sitting here now for the next, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. It's terrible.
Luckily, we have got tongues in our mouths.
Luckily.
Mices?
Mices? Mouse? You were confusing your English today.
We have tongues in our mices.
Well, mouths.
Mouths.
Mouth is, yes, go on, right, there we go.
Mouths.
You're not quite grammatically correct.
It doesn't matter,
But it's more
Mr.
fun, to be
Paul.
honest.
My dearest members of family, they do know my speech by now. They know me very well. But I hope they will learn me more and more as the time goes on.
So we are stuck in gridlock traffic in, shall we say, sort of Clorica or top of Paphos. At the junction at the end, we're going to take a right and head out towards Clorica. And on that note, I'm going to say, if you like what you see, perhaps consider hitting the like. It doesn't cost you a penny, by the way. It just tells YouTube that you like what you see. Perhaps consider subscribing. Again, it doesn't cost you a penny. In order to subscribe, by the way, you have to have a Google account, which most people have got by their email. And of course, Google will ask you to verify your account with your password. We don't get your password, by the way. And then you're able to hook up your YouTube channel. Everyone has a YouTube channel, whether you have a video or not, to your Google account, and then you will be allowed to hit the subscribe. What does that do? Well, again, tells YouTube that perhaps you like what you've seen, and they'll recommend us to more and more people, and they will also tell you when our next video comes out. You don't have to watch them all, we understand that bit. But if you come back now and again and drop us a comment, we really do like it, and we'd like to know that you're still there. So perhaps every 2 or 3 weeks, come back and say, hello, Miss Ochingrisivia Labooth, it's Mr. John Ricey, as he does. John Ricey, a very good afternoon to you. And as you can see, so far, the beauty has not fallen off the wall, especially for you.
And I remember we met a lovely family with Miss Maya, you remember?
Did indeed.
And I'm very sorry and apologizing a lot that I don't remember the girl's name.
Unfortunately, we can't remember everyone's name.
So nice lady, so lovely. But by the way, Miss Maya, you don't look 25.
She does look 25, which is a lot older.
She
yeah,
looks
right. She looks
no,
about
I
25.
think she looks
This
young.
is the lady we met in the harbour. We met her last year, and to put into words is difficult, but the smile will go straight to your soul. It will melt your heart. This lady has got the greatest smile in the world. Doesn't matter. I'm allowed to. I know the chief of police and the mayor.
Yeah. Okay.
I do it to annoy Andrea, there we go, who's in Rhodes at the moment, so she's probably not watching.
Okay.
But anyway, Miss Maya, a smile to die for. I know your husband must worship you, that's for sure. And of course, Mariah, that's the daughter, she's subscribed, or she was, and she used to put a comment down now and again. Again, she's got her mum's eyes and her mum's smile. Absolute legends on the downtown Paphos harbour. And of course, we meet people every single day. There was a family of originally Cypriot descent, and Mr. Chris, who came running out after us yesterday with his wife and his 5 children, although the wife said one of them doesn't count because they're twins, because Isaac has been very, very busy indeed. And she said, well, he hasn't been that busy. But there we go. You never know, Mr. Chris. When you get back to the UK, she might want you to get busy again, because she was a great, great lady, and all your children are fantastic, and I thought you were an absolute star. And if you're still in Paphos, please, please come and hunt us down in the harbour. We're in the Pelican restaurant every single night, except for tonight, because we're going to Coral Bay. But most nights, 5-6 nights a week, we'll be there. We sit in the front row. I'm an idiot in a blue hat with a pair of sunglasses, and on top of all that, sitting very, very close to me, normally on the left-hand side in the Pelican, is the blonde beauty, known as Miss Ochi. Gracias, la booth.
And all these people coming to us and saying, oh, we've watched you, we've seen you, we like what you're doing, it's so nice, it's amazing. And we start to become more and more humble. We're just melting away and going as a river to become one together with Mediterranean Sea.
Ooh, how nicely put. So on that note, I'm going to say thanks for watching. Of course, if you do like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe. Perhaps come back for a little bit more of our madness, obviously. And while you're at it, why not click through to our About page, where you could consider to buy us a coffee or two. That's a virtual coffee on the little platform known as buymeacoffee.com. Very, very safe and secure. So if you Google us, you'll find us, Buy Me a Coffee, Marika Me. And they'll ask you to connect one of your plastic friends, and you can choose to buy us a coffee or two whenever you feel like it, or perhaps choose to become a superstar member, like Lady Ali, like Lady Heather, like the girl in charge of the show. The list goes on and on and on. That's the Dame Anne, by the way, who have chosen to contribute €10 every single month to the channel to keep us afloat. Because all of these people understand that without money, we cannot make the little videos. Without money, we can't meet you. Without money, the channel cannot go on. But we do thank you from the bottom of our 2 hearts, and we look forward to seeing you again very, very soon indeed.
And I would like to thank you as well. You know, your effort is huge. Together with you, we're growing, we're becoming bigger and bigger, and our hearts becoming happier and happier. And we promise that we will never, never stop bringing the fun and smiles to the lovely faces of you, our dearest, loveliest family. Thank you again and again. Many kisses from the bottom of our 2 hearts.
Thanks for watching, and of course we'll see you again very, very soon. We're in Midtown Clorica, if you're curious to know where we are. If you want a hand car wash, the only one in Paphos, that's it on the left. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again very, very soon.